Hello, and welcome back to another video. This is not going to be my normal type of videos. This is going to be kind of a mod showcase of some interesting mods that I found while looking around for some new things. I've got roughly about 6 or 7 mods to show off. A bunch of them are kind of just small. Okay, so for starters, I want to go over what these things are actually. So, this is from the Excalibur mod, or Excalibur Tranqs and Excalibur Crafter. It's made by Excalibur AU on Steam, so I'll have the links to all these mods in the description below for one, as well as a link to his mod collection as well. But the Excalibur Crafter, it's nice, it's simple, it's basically just an all-in-one crafter. You can craft everything in here, including mod things, the S+, as well as the tranquilizer darts from his tranquilizer one. And then we have the Excalibur Alchemy Bench, which is where you can make raw meat into spoiled meat, which is nice. And if you don't want to put the meat spoiler on there from, I think it's Ultra Stacks or something, this is very nice. You can do it right from here. As well as we have the new narcotics. We have potent, concentrated, distilled, and pure. Now they are as follows: 5 times stronger, 10 times stronger, 15 times stronger, and 20 times stronger than normal narcotics, which is very nice. Very nice. And you need normal narcotics as well as the previous narcotic to make the next one up. Then you also need to make dart casings to make the tranquilizer darts as well. Alright, and we're back. I have a level 60 giga trapped inside of 4 metal gates. And we're going to test and see how well these new narcotics actually are. So here's the control, the original narcotic. If I can actually hit it, there we go. So that is 567 base. Now let's throw on the potent narcotic. .3, 1.4, and it's still going up a bit. And apparently this has a deplete hunger feature as well, so it makes it easier to tame. That went back to 1.4, not bad. I mean, I wouldn't say it's necessarily 5 times, but it's better than nothing, right? Alright, so tranq, potent. Next is concentrated. Okay, there we go. 2.6, 7, 8. Alright, so it goes to 2.7k torpor and depletes hunger as well. Distilled tranqs. Went straight 2.8. Looks like it's not going much higher either, so. Last one's a pure tranq arrow. Looks like that's just about similar. I don't know if it's because it's a giga or what it might be, or if it just... The mods are still in testing, so use as you will. So everything might not correlate as you normally think it would. Alright, now let us try out the tranquilizer darts. Here is base game tranq dart. So if you couldn't tell, I'm using the awesome spyglass so we can tell exactly what torpor goes up to. So just about 800. Next we'll have a concentrate, no, potent. Potent's next. Potent tranq dart. Potent tranq dart. Bear almost 3k, so definitely much better than the arrows by a long shot. Again, that's saying that I don't think the arrows are working properly. This is base mod. I haven't changed anything for the mod itself. We'll try concentrated next. 5.7 right off the bat. So what these actually remind me of is I played a little bit of Primal Fear, and they had a bunch of new narcotics as well, in the same casing as well, and just I think that's what kind of what's based off of, but for base game and not Primal Fear. All right, that was okay. Time to do distilled. All right, 8.5K. So that went up to 8.8K. That was pretty nice. I wonder if he's gonna start starving out because he has no food. All right, and here is the final narcotic or final dart, the pure tranquilizer dart. 11.3K. Okay, and while we're over here at the Giga, we'll try out the next item on the agenda. It is the advanced tools or advanced weapons, what it's called. All it is adding a semi-automatic crossbow with a tranquilizer bolt and normal stone bolts to the game. And we're going to see just how much damage it can do in quick succession when he's at 79.9k health. And it can shoot kind of quickly. So, yeah, like I said, it shoots kind of quickly. It has 8 rounds. And honestly, from my testing of this one alone, this seems like it'd be a better way to knock something out over using normal, darts and stuff. Although, it's definitely not going to be the top way to do things. The Tek bow has already taken that spot for me. Even though it requires at least a first ascension in order to use it, so. But, just that short amount of time, I did 6.7, it's still rising, so you know. Alright, so up here I have made a little track. Probably not going to be using it, but at least gives me a distance to go ahead and show this off. So, also made by Excalibur, we have a speed costume mod. So what this mod does is it adds costumes to the game, but don't actually change the look of the dino. I don't think so. Yeah, there's no ball and chain on these guys. So what it does is change the look of the dino, but what this does is gives them a speed boost or a speed debuff. This guy, I named him Zero. He has 0% movement speed costume on. He is not going to go anywhere, ever. This one, for a mod, this would be good if you wanted to put an Oviraptor or a bunch of dinos breeding next to each other, but you didn't want to have to put up the hitching post and keep them all like on lines. But you wanted them to wander so that they were still breeding when you weren't around. So, you know, stuff like that. That'd be what this would be good for. That he's not moving anywhere. This guy has a 10% speed costume on. And as you can tell, he's barely moving. He's going at 10% of the normal speed of a pterodon. These can go on any dino, it's not just pterodons. But I figured pterodon would be the easiest one to show because that's a beginning flyer for pretty much everybody. Yeah, he's only moving at 10% the normal speed. This speed 25%, he's going to move at 25% the speed of a normal pterodon. Not really moving. He's moving decently, but again, he's not really moving at all. These ones are something I'd put on like if I was going to be trying to trap a mantis or another dino in something. Put it on an RG, that way you have more control over where you're dropping the dino at. I don't want to go down the whole length with these guys because it is a decent ways and they're slow as all hell. Next we're doing the 50. And he's faster. He's decently fast actually. Well, not decently. He's 50% slower than normal, but that's not terrible at all. Now some of these don't actually work. They kind of just keep her down in one place. But go ahead for the next little bit. I'm going to be showing off all of the dinos on their way down. So enjoy. So as you can tell, it does add quite a bit of speed. Now, the one that I had named 250, I think he's right here. The 250 one does not work. It doesn't increase speed. It just kind of basically stops your dino mid-place. No moving whatsoever at all. It works essentially as the 0 one. All right, and the reason there's a base and 100, the 100 doesn't increase it by 100%. It just sets it at 100 base movement speed. And that's because, if you noticed, turning radius on these guys is pretty decent with these saddles on. So, let's go ahead and take this one off really quick. Everyone knows a wyvern. Everyone's used a wyvern. Everyone loves wyverns, for the most part. Look how bad the turning radius is on these guys. But if I were to equip the 100% movement speed one on, turning radius is pretty much everything, everything you want it to be. And of course, going off, what, 1,000% movement speed on a wyvern? And that basically makes the turning radius null and void because you can't even turn. And he's having heart attack, so it's all good. Okay. I prefer about 200% on wyverns, and don't go too fast, and you can actually land and turn. Also, it actually allows you to turn well on the ground too, so you know that's pretty awesome. And finally, final thing on the agenda for the day is a craftable Tek Strider from your inventory, like the mechs. I've already made quite a few of them, but let's go and just look at it really quick. Strider. It requires 25 black pearls, 150 crystal, 20 element, 500 metal ingots, and 550 polymer. And then, just like the mech, you just use it in inventory. It comes with random attachments. They seem to be all level at 201, and yeah, they're all basically just, it spawns in a random one for you. Kind of funny. I just want to kind of show that off a bit. But if you liked what you saw, please like, comment, and subscribe. This is Zero. I am out.